Hi guys, welcome back to the Johnny Gets Cash YouTube channel. This is the MG ZS that I paid just £200 for, and you've seen me doing a few bits to it so far. Namely, in the last episode I did all the smart repairs to the bumpers etc. to get rid of any minor body damage. Well, today I'm going to be tackling the interior. It is a bit of a well-known fact that these cars do suffer from saggy door cards and also headliners. So we've got some droopy headlining there and we've got some detached door liners. So what I want to do today, before I get on and clean anything, this is my main focus. I really want to repair these. I want to make sure these look as good as possible so that when the car is finished, inside and outside are truly as good as they can be. So stay tuned, that is what I'm working on today. Okay, so now that I've got those door cards removed from the car, it's time to deal with the saggy door liners themselves. So this is what they look like. As you can see, they've seen much better days. The adhesive has come detached. Now there's a thin layer of foam between the door card and this sort of faux suede material, and that has broken down, and obviously that means the adhesive no longer holds, and that's where the problem comes from. So my plan is to recover these door cards. Now, originally I thought I was just going to reuse this material, but it's a bit sun faded. It doesn't smell great. I know I could wash it, but as I said, it's sun faded and it's just a bit past its best. So what I'm going to do is completely strip the cards, remove this material, get rid of all this old degraded foam, and then recover with a different type of material. So I'll show you that now. Okay, so now you can see exactly what I'm dealing with in terms of this knackered foam underneath the material that was covering the door cards. The foam's completely degraded. As I say, that means the adhesive isn't sticking. So I need to remove all of this loose foam, and the quickest way to do that is with a drill brush. So obviously this is plastic bristles, so it doesn't do any damage to the door card, but it does get rid of all this foam really quickly and easily. Okay, so now that I've got all that old foam and adhesive removed from the door card, you can see I'm left with a blank canvas. I'm going to disregard this original covering. We don't need that. What I am going to use to cover this card with is this stuff. It's technically lining carpet for vans, so when you carpet line the back of a van or whatever, you use this stuff. Now, I've done a few vehicles with this. I've done vans, I've done door cards, I've done various bits with it, and I'm a big fan of it, mainly because it's got some stretch to it, which will allow me to go around the various shapes of this door card, but also it's quite thick. So because I can't find any 3 to 4 mil foam to stick to this first, using this slightly thicker medium of this carpet will make the door card feel nice and soft and fairly plush without having 2 layers. So that's one advantage. Second advantage is it's very hard wearing. So on something like a door card where people are going to be resting their arms, things like that, you might chafe when you're driving, it's also a good solution. It's black, which is, you know, black goes with everything, so it will suit the interior of this car. And I don't think it looks bad either. So what I'm going to do now is prepare this to receive its covering of carpet liner. And to do that, I'm going to be using impact contact adhesive on the card and also on the back side of that carpet. So that is the next thing I'm going to do. Put the new adhesive on this, let it go touch dry, and then lay over and contour that carpet. So there we have it. That is the door card retrimmed in that hard wearing carpet liner. Now, I know some people will say that's not original and to spec, but let's be realistic. It's a £200 car and this is a lot better than what was in there. I think it looks really smart. I think the black will go with the interior lovely. And more importantly, I think this will last for a very long time. So the new owner won't have any issues with sagging liners and sagging door cards as they would have done if I just replaced it with the same old stuff that was on there originally. Eventually that would give up. This I do feel is a lot more future proof. So I'm really, really happy with that job. So with that one done, I've shown you how it works. I'm gonna crack on and do the rest and then I'll get on with that headliner. Right, so there we go. That is all the door cards retrimmed in that black carpet liner material. I'm really, really pleased with how they've come out. I think they look so much better than what was on there. Obviously they're going to smell better, they look better, they're going to be a lot more hard wearing and just overall an upgrade for the car. So next thing we've got to tackle is that saggy headliner. Okay, I've now got the headliner exposed and I'm ready to peel off that saggy material. So what you've seen me do basically is remove the grab handles, all the rubber trims that go around the headliner in various places. I've got to sort these clips out that are as factory standard, I believe, on the headliner, but they've got to come out anyway so I can drop the material. Basically, what I need to do, the front part of the headliner is fine, it's not detached, it's really up to just behind the sunroof. So my plan at the moment is to take these clips out, drop this material off entirely, which will expose a load of that foam similar to the door cards, which will be degraded. So roll this out the way, clean it up as best I can, clean this headliner up as best I can, and try and re-glue it in situ. Now, plan Z is definitely going to be dropping the whole headliner out and recovering it manually. It'd be a lot easier if I could do it in situ, so that's what I'm going to try first. Okay, change of plan. Rather than try and fix this thing in situ, I have chosen to remove the whole thing. Basically, looking at it while I was trying to do it in situ, I decided I was never going to be happy with any level of finish I would get on this in place. I also noticed the headliner is a little bit grubby in a place or two as well. So basically, I've decided it's probably a better move to take it out of the car completely and sort it properly, because even though this is a cheap car, I do know that I just won't be happy unless I know that's done properly. So that's why I've chosen to take it out. So I'll show you the headliner now and show you what I'm dealing with, and then I will completely retrim it. I think I'm not going to try and reuse this material, a bit like the door cards. If I've got it at this stage, I might as well retrim it properly, but I'm going to go and get some specific material, a nice light colour, to sort of match what was in there originally. Anyway, let's have a look at this one and I'll show you what we're dealing with. Okay, so here's what I'm looking at. Basically, what I was trying to do was keep the material folded back to about there, clean up the old foamy adhesive mess that was under there, and then potentially lay this back down. But I pretty soon realised that even though it was only the back that was sagging, the foam at the front here had also sort of partially given up, and I mean, you can see if I rub this, it just comes away so quickly. And what I really didn't want to happen was to repair that in situ at the back end, and then some way down the line, the front of the headliner starts to sag, and then whoever owns that car at the time will think, well, whoever's done this has not done a proper job. And as you know, I like to do a proper job. So, a little bit more work, but headliner had to come out. So I'm going to strip this down now, clean up all that old adhesive and foam, chuck that old material in the bin, go and get some more material that's a nice lightweight fabric that sort of matches that colour wise, because I like a nice light headliner in the car, and then lay that down, trim it in, contour it, a bit like the door cards but on the headliner, and then refit everything, button it back up, and then that will be the interior job's finished. But I suppose it's one of those things, you know, it always goes a little bit further than you think, but in the interest of doing a proper job, I think that's what I have to do. So I'm going to crack on with that. Okay, I'm nearly ready to recover this headliner. Now I've got some new material to do that with. I've colour matched the grey, and you're probably looking at this thinking, yeah, it's pretty similar, but this is actually the back side of the material. My attitude with these things is if you're going to be changing something, you may as well upgrade where possible. So this headliner is not just going back in grey, it is actually going to be crushed velvet, or faux crushed velvet. I think it's actually going to look really, really good. You may look at this and think, what are you doing? But I think it's actually going to look really, really good on this headliner, and combined with those door cards, I think it's going to be the upgrade that this car needs. So that is what I'm going to be laying down on this headliner now, and you can watch along as I do it. Okay, so that is the headliner now recovered. It was a little bit of a fiddle in a place or two because this material is not stretchy. The carpet you saw me do the door cards with has got a little bit of stretch to it, so you can get around these contours quite easily. With this, there's quite a lot of thinking involved and relief cuts on the back side. I'm happy with it though, I think it looks pretty good. It won't look as mottly as this in the car because we've got a lot of light reflecting on this right now. Once it's fitted, it will look a little bit more subdued. Anyway, the next job is chuck that back in the car, put all the trim fittings back on and get it supported, and I'll show you what it looks like then. Okay, so I finished fitting that headliner now, and I think it looks absolutely fantastic. I'm really, really pleased with how that's come out. It's obviously looks a little bit mottled because it's crushed velvet, but it suits really well. Obviously all the visors and everything have been cleaned, all the grab handles have been cleaned and refitted, so they all suit. Now the sunroof visor is still the standard grey, but to be honest, it really doesn't look that different. So I'm not concerned about being a slight tonal difference there. I'm really pleased with this. It's certainly much better than that saggy headliner that was fitted before. Now, I've also gone ahead and refitted the door cards with their new covering. Again, I'm really, really pleased with how these things look. I think that looks so much better than what was in there before. That saggy, faded, and let's be honest, it was a little bit smelly, old fabric that was on those door cards. Combined with that new headliner, that does mean that the interior repairs that were needed to this car have been sorted. Obviously the interior still needs a really good clean. That will get a full deep clean and valet when I do the detail on the car, which is one of the later stages, but that's yet to come in another video. For now, I just wanted to deal with all the damaged bits, and in this case the damage on the car was the saggy headliner and door cards. That's been sorted. So with that being done, that brings this episode to a close. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if so, please just drop me a like. If you've got any questions, put them in the comments. I'll do my best to get back to you all. But as always, thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.